South Africa has opened its doors again as a football-loving nation as it welcomes the 10th edition of the Future Champions International Tournament. We celebrate the centenary birth of a global icon, Nelson Mandela. Beautiful, clear skies here at the Nike Stadium. It is a Future Champs 2018. Now, yesterday served the first round of matches. Today we will have the second round of matches. Club Brugge taking on Highlands Park, Bidvest against Espanyol, and the last one is Orlando Pirates against FC Spartak. We will have a nice day here at the Nike Stadium while Club Brugge arrived in high spirits, hoping to get their first win of their campaign. Well, it is an interesting day here at the Nike Center as most of the teams will hope to get their first wins of their campaign. Hello and welcome to your World of Champions. We are coming to you live from the Nike Center, and joining me pitch side is Amanda Dlamini as well as Stiga. Lady and gents, thank you very much for joining me. Amanda, did the first day live up to expectation?
No, it absolutely did. We saw a lot of goals, of which was something that we had expected. But I think the quality, because all the teams are still a bit nervous, I think with the second day, the teams have probably found their footing. And it's good to see also Club Brugge finally adopting the African culture, the South African culture, arriving in high spirits, singing. And I think this is what the tournament is about. We're coming to exchange cultures, football knowledge as well. But a very tough encounter, I guess, for today's opening match.
Stiga, are you impressed overall with how the South African teams have fared in this competition so far?
Very impressed overall in the competition. Yes, the South African teams, a few debutants today. We're going to see Highlands Park in action. They got off with a nice victory. But South Africans playing the South African way, which is important, you know. We have the ability on the ball. We're creative further up the field, so it's beautiful to see the likes of Wits and Sundowns able to express themselves in the right areas of the field. And then the interesting dynamic, as Amanda did say, exchange of philosophies and cultures. And coming to the football philosophy, different philosophies in terms of the way they play. We've seen Spartak Moscow yesterday, very direct, very strong on set pieces, and physically bigger. So the contrast coming together makes for good football and a great learning experience for the players, not only for the players, for the coaches as well.
12 goals were scored yesterday. Amanda, we look at that fixture against the Mamelodi Sundowns as well as the Club Brugge. That penalty, convinced the Mamelodi Sundowns that they needed to come back and fight harder.
They absolutely needed to do so, and I think, like I said, I think they were just nervous at the time, and you could see the character, you could see the quality of the kind of football that they displayed in the second half to come back from a goal down and really win the match 2-1 eventually, but also the individual brilliance. And I think that's what Highlands Park will have to do today against Club Brugge, is that the likes of Eric Tivani and unfortunately Smith, I think, was struggling with an injury, will need a bit of individual brilliance to get through to the defense of these guys, because they're tall in stature, and I think that's going to be difficult. They need to play the ball on the ground and make sure that they capitalize on the opportunities.
Have the South African teams, Stega, set the benchmark as far as South African football is concerned? Have they represented what the country is about?
So far so good, but a lot still to unfold in the competition, because the first day is normally the jitters. You know, as a junior, you're coming up against this television, the scene is set, the occasion is a little bit higher than they used to. So we've seen it very evident in the Orlando Pirates team. First half, still very jittery, trying to get used to the competition, the opposition and everything. But I think from day 2 and day 3, we're going to see good football. And to answer your question, yes, South Africans have showed that we have the flair, we have the mobility in the final third, which really unsettles the European disciplined defense.
Stiga talks about, mobility. As far as the Club Brugge is concerned, Amanda, are they well organized, and how do you think they'll fare against a Highlands Park side?
Defensively, very well organized. Like I said, it had to take a few individuals like Buthelezi from Sundowns to penetrate the defense. But I think, having said that, then Highlands Park will need to step up. But again, Club Brugge, from their defensive organization, what can they do moving forward?
Stiga, you were very impressed with how Bidvest played. They drew to FC Sparta. Can they get a win here today?
Unfortunately, the way they played, they never got the result that they deserve. But Spartak Moscow on the other end, very disciplined. I think they came for the draw, Amanda, and you can see the discipline of the European mentality. But once again, speaking about the philosophies, lovely football from Bits, lovely football from Sundowns, and really showing what South Africa is all about.
Well, after those results, this is how the group stands. Highlands Park are topping Group A with 3 points. We move now to Group B. As of the fixtures, we've just showed ADO Den Haag also top Group B with 3 points. Mamelodi Sundowns hot on their heels after they also won their encounter against Club Brugge. Now on to Group B. Orlando Pirates coming from behind. They've managed to cement their place at the top of the table with 3 points collected after a game played, and FC Moscow just behind them with a point collected. Group D, AC Reggiana standing on a point, while FC Espanyol as well on a point, and Bidvest as all those teams managed to get draws. That group, Group D, Amanda, draws. Which team do you think is most likely to top that group?
Well, I think with the quality, Espanyol maybe, but Wits are also doing extremely well. I think those two most probably.
Stiga, quick prediction, Club Brugge versus Highlands Park?
I'm going to go with the Belgians. I'm going to say Club Brugge will impose themselves today. They'll be looking to, but it's going to be interesting to see, do they maintain the philosophy with the build-up and the thing, or are they going to play to win? Because remember, this is development football. We want to stick to our, make mistakes here so that we learn for the future or not. So it's going to be interesting to see the type of football and tactics they deploy today.
Amanda, quickly.
Highlands Park, test of character, but also just to maintain their position on the log.
Well, we heard our analyst Stiga got his prediction right yesterday. We wonder if that will be the case here today. The first game is, of course, Club Brugge taking on Highlands Park at the Nike Stadium. Do stay tuned on your World of Champions. Action will follow. We are interactive on various social media platforms. It is SS Football. Please let us know with regards to what your thoughts are on these particular encounters that will be played here today at the Nike Center. Action will soon follow.